Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a couple of couch potatoes in love that love the Clone Wars.
Yes, we do.
And so this is Season 4, Episode 9, Plan of Dissent. Clone troopers disobey and carry out a daring operation.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want all of our Clone Wars reactions, go ahead and check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there for you. And here we go. The wise man leads, the strong man follows. I like that one.
Yep.
You've heard that before? I like it.
The insurgents have stepped up their attacks, sir.
We cannot let our guard down for a moment. Have all Umbaran security reconfigured and locked down. I want this base under our complete control, and I don't want excuses.
There's a transmission from General Kenobi.
I'll take it in the tower.
I hate even how he walks.
I'm still waiting for Krill to thank us for handing this base over to him.
Be waiting a while for that one.
Yep.
Congratulations on your capture of the Umbaran airbase.
There will be time for celebration when we've taken that capital.
Well, I'm afraid that's going to be more difficult than anticipated.
I was hoping we cut off their arms shipments and supplies when we took this airbase.
They're receiving new arms shipments directly from a supply ship orbiting.
General Kenobi?
They must be jamming our signals.
Can't we destroy the supply ship?
We're trying, but with little success. The extra ships we were promised have not yet arrived.
We'll just have to take that capital regardless of the missiles.
We cannot expect.
I'm trying to get him back, sir.
Don't bother. Enemy is jamming our transmissions. We're on our own. Have those containers searched and all weapons prepped and loaded. Have the battalion ready to move out in 12 hours.
Sir, should I try to get a message to General Kenobi? Shouldn't we coordinate our attack?
General Kenobi has his hands full. We need to throw everything we have at them, now!
We'd be marching into a blast zone, sir.
Yep. Another slaughter.
I realize you haven't agreed with all my strategies, Captain.
Because they suck.
Loyal enough to obey my orders.
He disagreed with
Now
no.
prep those troops!
He doesn't agree with any of them.
Those missiles have 100 megaton yield. We won't even make it to the Delta. I've tried to reason with him. Those are the orders. Great. Another suicide mission.
Yep.
I think you're all overreacting. Obviously, General Krell knows what he's doing. Do you really think he doesn't care if he loses men?
Yes.
I've never seen a general with these kinds of casualties. He has no respect for us. I don't have a better plan. What about using these starfighters to destroy the supply ship? We can sneak right past their blockade. If we take out that supply ship, then we cut off arms to the capital.
Do it. No, don't bring it to him.
He's a good soldier.
Yeah.
Might I suggest another option to help us secure the capital? My men have cracked the Umbaran codes. We could sneak past the supply ship's defenses. We cut off the arms to the capital.
Are your troops now pilots?
My men may not be pilots, sir, but they are able to learn and adapt quickly.
Yep.
I can't afford to waste any clones on frivolous adventures. We're going to need everyone to take the capital.
No, just on cannon fodder.
Mm-hmm.
Sector Delta, long-range missiles.
His favorite thing, watching things blow up.
From a safe distance.
Mm-hmm. I think he just got hard.
Oh, God.
We'll continue as planned. So that's it? Oh, there's another option. We go ahead with our plan.
Yep.
You would be court-martialed. The truth is, you are no pilots. If Hardcase can fly one of these things, we all can. More like avoiding crashing. We'll be blasted out of the sky before we get anywhere. Not if we're in their fighters. No one's gonna be shooting at us. Here comes Dogma.
Yeah.
What's going
Come on,
on? Nothing. It is about honor. Where is the honor in marching blindly to our deaths? We are part of something larger. We are not independent of one another. I cannot just follow orders when I know they're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call.
You will if you support the system we fight for. I do, but I am not just another number. None of us are.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
That's why you have names.
Round up some pilots.
Nicknames.
Go, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Hardcase, what are you doing? If I
He
knew
doesn't-
I wouldn't be doing it.
Can't control it.
Where are the two who flew the other one, though?
I think that's one of them.
This can't get much worse.
You'd think he'd be doing a little bit better after having successfully done it once.
Yeah, but he was kind of all over the place last time too.
What's going on down there?
Hey, I got this. Everything's fine in the hangar.
Why have the alarms been triggered?
It's just a drill, safety drill, sir.
Safety check occurs at 0600. Who authorized this drill?
We are decrypting the alien hardware, sir. Standard operating procedure.
Who is this? What's your CT number?
F-U-C-K.
Identify yourself.
How about this? Oh, no. That's gonna leave a mark.
I'm going down there.
You guys better go.
It's easy. Just level your heads. You could have gotten us killed. It's a malfunction.
Explain this now.
We were decrypting the enemy craft when what appears to be an enemy booby trap.
A booby trap.
Had I not been able to get control of it, aim the missile at the doors, something worse might have happened.
Is this true?
Yes, sir. That is what happened.
It's a pretty good bullshit story.
Looks like I was correct. The Umbaran fighters are dangerous and not fit for flight.
We now know how they work. We just need practice.
Lock down these fighters. I don't want anything else exploding.
Now we know how to fly them, and we won't be able to get near them. That won't stop us. It's just procedure. You can sneak in and be out. Knows anything.
Yeah.
I thought the plan was to destroy the enemy ship with the fighters, not blow up our own hangar. Flying these fighters beats blindly walking into a bunch of missiles, so I'm in. General Skywalker blew up a droid control ship when he was just a kid. Trick was hitting their main reactor from the inside.
Nice.
We're going after that supply ship. It's a suicide mission, not to mention against orders.
So is following this guy's orders, though.
Yep.
We have to try. It sounds like you intend to go through with it.
Yeah.
I can't help you when you get caught. I understand, sir.
I mean, that's a suicide mission, but so is following the orders. At least this way they have some dignity.
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, saying it's a suicide mission is not much of a deterrent at this point.
Hey, wake up! Where are they? Who? You know. Don't tell me they're going to disobey orders.
No. Of course not.
You know we have to tell the general. No, you can't. Do you really want to be court-martialed?
This prick.
Good luck, boys.
Yep.
These things are
The
tricky.
best shot right now.
I'm only doing this because I don't like him. There's reason enough. I'm just doing it for fun.
Nice.
Wow, what the?
Oh, damn.
Whoa.
We're going in. I'm really not liking this. Don't get an itchy trigger finger.
Take him down.
Now they're trying not to draw attention.
Yeah, I know.
Looks like they think we're on Baron, all right. There's a supply ship.
My flight officer reports the launch of 3 starfighters.
I authorized the recon of the Delta in preparation for your attack.
You took it under your own authority to launch such a reconnaissance?
Yep.
I am sure the report will make your strategy more effective.
I want that report as soon as they are back.
Where to cover from? But now this dickhead.
We are going to speak with the general, sir. Why don't you tell me, and I'll report it. It's not important.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah!
There we go.
Nice. Put that bitch in his place.
Break time is over. Get back to work.
Oh!
Why do they have to go and do that?
Nice. See, now they know how to get rid of a door.
Activate ray shield.
Oh, crap.
Ray shields, hit the deck! idea after all.
No, that's a great idea.
Can't turn back now. Cover me.
Ooh,
Trust me. I got a plan.
just cover him.
This is for the 501st. Hard case now. Get out of here.
I had a feeling he was going to do something kamikaze when
Yeah.
the ship got damaged.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die for something.
Live to fight another day, boys. Live to fight another day.
Oh.
Come on, come on!
You could have maybe waited like 5 seconds to do that.
Boom, they did it.
Yeah. You only lost one guy. I thought they were gonna lose 2.
They did it. Where's Hardcase? He didn't make it. We couldn't have done it without him.
And he did everything. Not everything, but the main thing, blowing it up.
General Crow would like to see them in the tower.
It seems they have accomplished a very brave act. Unfortunately, they've also committed a serious crime by directly disobeying my order.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The order to attack the cargo vessel was mine. There's a punishment to be given. It should be directed toward me. I'm their commanding officer.
Way to go, Rex.
I request that his admission of guilt be denied and full blame placed upon me.
Oh, do you? They will be court-martialed. They will be found guilty, and they will be executed.
Fuck you.
For crossing me, you will pay the price.
Oh, I hate him so much.
Yeah.
God, he is the absolute worst.
Yeah.
Because he's got to be working for the other side. He's got to be working for Palpatine. The reason he throws as many clones out as possible is because, like, he wants to, I don't know, diminish their forces or something. Like, he can't blatantly undermine any missions. But if he's established the fact that, like, he's, like, you know, a tough general that will just do whatever it takes to win, no matter how many lives it takes, you know, it just, I don't know. I hate him.
Yeah, I hate him too. One thing I will say that, and I thought about this the last time we watched a Krell episode, but it was just really cemented in this one, is how much Krell reminds me of Jack Nicholson's character from A Few Good Men. Like, every time Krell talks about, like, his missions and his strategy and the need to obey orders, all I can think of is Jack Nicholson going, "You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall." Like it's the arrogance of my word is always right without any possibility of being wrong. My plan is always best without possibility of being wrong. It's like, yes, there is a need to follow orders in military. Yes.
Yeah.
But there's a line, there comes a point where it's no longer reasonable to follow them without question.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think of Jack Nicholson's, one of his many courtroom speeches when he talks about how, like, to question an order, to question authority means people will die.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's a valid argument to that. But at the same time, with the way Krell treats his soldiers and just being cannon fodder, you've lost the argument that, like, people could die because you're making people die. Like, you're actively making it such that throwing out the possibility of a suicide mission is just not, it's not a threat. It's not, you've lost all that leverage that you're doing this in the best interest of saving lives.
And court-martial them and to execute them. I mean,
It's all ego. It is all ego.
Oh, for sure. It's for sure ego. I mean, they make him look bad. When they took the base, that was always the goal. So even though the fact that they did it a different way than he told them to do it, they at least took the base. So he could say that, like, you know.
It was his plan all along.
Yeah, exactly. He'll still get the credit for it and everything. But this, he's not gonna be able to take the credit for something like this. I mean, he probably still will.
He's in a rock and a hard place because to say that that was his plan all along and praise them as heroes rewards them disobeying his orders. So kind of acknowledges that, well, perhaps his orders are stupid, as they are. But to punish them, that acknowledges that he didn't have the genius to do this and he didn't help in any way or strategize for it in any way. To court-martial would be bad enough, and certainly arguably is a punishment that wouldn't fit the crime. maybe it would for disobeying orders, but like you can make an argument that it's not because they are in fact heroes now. But then to on top of that, do the execution, like you can just see where that's his ego at play. That's his narcissism, that like the world didn't revolve around him. He wasn't praised and things didn't go all according to his way. Therefore they should die.
Yeah.
And like that is just egomania and extreme narcissism.
Again, this just shows the kind of leader that Anakin is. The fact that like his squad has this level of thinking outside the box and also valuing life, and like every soldier's life counts. Yes, you need to take risks, and yes, you need to do whatever it takes to get the mission done. But at the same time, not like don't needlessly sacrifice lives. Versus Krell and like probably all his soldiers, he probably just gets a new battalion every week or whatever, or every day. They're just so used to following orders. And that's why that one little dipshit, I don't know, I can't really, if he came from Krell, I don't know if he came from Anakin's squad or if he came from Krell's squad, they're all part of Anakin's squad, right? Because Krell took over Anakin's squad.
I think so, but there were people in the ship with Krell when he arrived.
Okay.
But I think they stayed in the ship to take Anakin back. So I don't think any new soldiers came in with Krell and actually got off that ship with him.
Okay, so I was about to say, I'm like, if that guy was like one of like Krell's people or whatever, I could see him just being by the book and like always like trusting Krell and following orders and everything like that, because that's what he's been, just programmed to do.
To me, I read it as a sign of terrible leadership, because when leadership falls apart and when leadership is bad and you don't have that trust, which goes back to the episode that we saw last time and the time before that, where they talked about how trust instills loyalty.
Yeah.
That's when everybody's like, okay, now I have to fend for myself. I'm no longer a unit. I no longer have faith in the system. I no longer believe in the mission. It is every man for himself, and I'm going to make sure I get mine, or I'm going to protect my interests, or I'm going to make sure I don't get screwed. And so when he's just like, do you want to get court-martialed? Like, you can just hear in his mind, he's thinking, I have to do this to protect me.
Yeah.
Like, we're no longer a unit. It's about me and my interests now, and making sure that I don't go down with the ship, which is fear-based. That's when people get afraid and then they think for themselves and don't think of others. That's sort of what I see is occurring now, because when you're under good leadership, good leaders will bring out the best in people, whereas bad leadership will bring out the worst. So good leaders, you'll make positive choices under, you will work for the greater good, you will like kind of have a driving motivation to be your best self, whereas under poor leadership, that falls apart, you become self-serving, you are afraid, and you're just kind of like, how do I survive this catastrophe?
And if a court-martial always leads to execution, I can see even more why that guy didn't want to like avoid a court-martial, because it's one thing like to die in battle, it's another thing to be, dishonorably discharged and then executed.
Yeah, okay, so here's my beef with the Republic. You honestly kept feeding this guy battalions and you never asked about his casualty rate, which has obviously been commented in more than one episode of being sky high, A. B, how is it even possible that this is what the outcome of this would be? And granted, we don't. This is taking Krell's word for it. But he obviously feels there's reason to believe that putting them on court-martial charges will then get to a guilty sentence and a actual sentence of execution, which doesn't, to me, sound like a really good military justice system.
I can kind of understand it with the clones, because they were basically, created for this mission of being soldiers. So if, to be dishonorably discharged and court-martialed without it having execution, that might lead to more people disobeying orders, since they are, human and, are able to have the ability to think and not just, follow orders like a droid would. So you have to have like sort of an extreme measure for disobeying orders. Otherwise, they'd have so many people like just desert.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Treating them like lab rats for extermination.
Yeah, and you can see maybe why, they eventually get pissed.
Well, yeah, and they should, and I don't blame them now. That's a terrible system.
But then they end up killing a bunch of kids in Order 66 and slaughtering.
Yeah, well, we haven't gotten there yet. I'm just astounded by that, and astounded by the fact that, like, there is no system of checks and balances as it appears right now. Like, Krell's landed, and it's my word is like God's word and it cannot be questioned, and I am the Almighty. And there's no ability for our captain to reach out to Obi-Wan or to reach out to Anakin just to be like, here's what's happening. Because you know, if Anakin knew what was happening, he'd be down there kicking Krell's ass.
Yep.
If you're in a corporation and you have a bad boss, there's a human resources. There's like some kind of something to get that outside perspective, to get that support and assistance when things are not the way that they should be. And it seems like in this military justice system they've created, that's not the case. And I'd like to think that in our military justice system that like, if you had some sort of rogue general who was giving out horrible orders, you would have some kind of vehicle for like, hey, can I just get second opinion on some of these? Like, a little support would be good.
I just went through like a whole spectrum of thoughts and emotions right there. At first I was like, well, Anakin's going to come back and he's going to defend his clones and his squad, and they're going to get off and whatever, he'll challenge Krell, and they'll like just be under his control or something like that. I'm like, or they are going to get executed. I don't know. I thought I saw Rex in another show. Maybe it was we saw him something else, but I don't know. Like I'm wondering, like if Rex dies because of this, I could see it pushing Anakin away from the Republic and the Jedi Order, and this might be what Palpatine had wanted the entire time, because Palpatine called for Anakin.
Yeah. And
sent Krell. And Krell had that like mischievous grin when Anakin went away. I think it was kind of like to like, all right, you need to take away his men and like, have them, I don't know, because like Anakin's so rebellious that like they knew his men would be that rebellious. They probably have a reputation for that. So they kind of knew that they probably wouldn't go with Krell's orders. When they do, then they can get court-martialed. And when that happens, then Anakin will get pushed further and further in the dark side and get angry. And
yeah. I mean, it's pretty insightful, babe, to predict all that. And I think you might be on something. I mean,
I hope I'm not right.
I hope you're not right, but
Palpatine's a genius like that, an evil genius.
It would make a lot of sense. I think that's one way in which I strongly empathize with Anakin, is because like I'm somebody who, when I believe in what I'm doing, I will like 110%, like absolutely. When that gets shattered, I can go from like 110% to 10% in a heartbeat. Like it just takes all the wind out of my sails. And if I lose faith in it, then I'm kind of done already. Like I might not realize it. It still might take a little time to like make that move. But I find that I'm like, okay, yeah, no, time to move on.
And as much as I hate Krell, it's such a good character.
Yeah.
Because we've had such like longer discussions after these episodes because of just the apathy is worse than hatred, because like the fact that he's able to elicit this from us means he's doing like a good job in the show. Gotta give props for that, for the writing team, for creating that character and bringing him on board in this like this.
Definitely, because he's also a different kind of villain.
Yep.
He's the underhanded villain.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of the surface villains, like General Grievous. Surface villain, like, oh, you hate him and you know it from like day one. You're like, boom.
Yeah.
But Krell gave us that one great move with saving that soldier. And so like, we were like, all right, he's kind of a dick. And then thought, no, he's not so bad. And then we're like,
on board.
Okay, he's awful. And we hate him.
We were on board for like a minute.
Yeah. But I mean, like that's to take you on that journey and that roller coaster as an audience. It's a gift. I mean, because like that's why we go to watch movies and see plays and whatnot. It's for the story, and it's to be entertained, and it's to feel something. And so definitely doing that very, very successfully. And he is a different kind of villain from what we've seen. I mean, for God's sakes, he's on our side, but he sucks like Grievous in the same kind of like just makes you furious kind of way.
Yo, let us know what you thought about this episode down below in the comments. And if you want all of our Clone Wars reactions, go ahead and check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there for you. Yeah. Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Clone Wars Season 4, Episode 9, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.